Show us your tips. ProGripRacing.com.au presents the midweek preview, looking at racing from Sportsbet Sandown. It is so Sandown, Hillside and Gosford. A less than inspiring meeting there, but there's a few winners along the way. Anyway, Beaver, how are you, buddy?
Good, mate. Good. How are you?
Good. Had the weekend.
I didn't realise, mate, you weren't just a good punter, but you're a good guitarist there with your intro music, mate.
Yeah, that's the bass I've been working on in the spare time.
Yes, no, it's coming along well for you.
Yeah. So wait till next week. I play the drums as well. Eventually, just be a one-man band. Be me, a guitar, and a harmonica. Paul Kelly
You've
style.
been a one-man band. You've been a one-man band for a long time, my friend.
I'm not here to talk about my love life, so we'll look for some winners tomorrow.
Be quick. Be a short show.
Exactly. I get that a lot. Yeah. Any good news from you? You're in Beaver.
No, mate. Just normal stuff, mate. Ticking along nicely, leading into Christmas, mate.
Yeah. Well, now we're heading into. Keep saying it, but heading into dry track summer racing, and I think after this week we'll be hopefully it's a good time for favourites, good time for form lines to stay true essentially till the end of January.
Yes.
And get back into autumn. So hopefully we can pay for a few Chrissy presents. How was Rose Hill and Moonee Valley?
Geez, it seems so long ago, mate. But if my memory was correct, I had a fairly decent day. So it's pretty good.
Actually, you found your Queensland ones, a couple of good odds lobbed.
Yeah, Beach Break got out to $9, which was very nice. I was a bit dirty in the last because Jaden Tom got it back a bit, and Needop's a horse I like, but when it was drawn gate 19, I thought it was no chance, and they burnt across and led, and the other one got too far out of its ground. It was a bit disappointing, but got a few winners there, and a couple of nice ones in Sydney and Melbourne as well. So good day.
Needop was an absolute classic. It was one of those races. Once it crossed the line, you go, "Oh, Needop won," and it pops up $9, and you just go, "What?"
Yes.
It should never have gone around that price, and I stayed out as well. But afterwards, you sort of kick yourself. We suggested Threewood and Graceful Glamour were good plays throughout the day, so hopefully a few people followed in there. Interesting, Rachel King, 4 winners, so following the trend.
Very good.
She's come of age as well. The flip side though was a lot of the horses we found. We said on the Friday show were Tom Sherry and Robbie Dolan, and between them neither rode a winner. So probably I guess a lesson in big jocks in town. You need to. They're obviously getting better and improving as you go along. But I think the winners were Avdullah, Rawilla, Berry, Michaela Weir rode the last, and Rachel King the rest. So your big jocks come to play on Saturdays.
Yeah, I think that's right. But Rosehill definitely, I think, was a leader track. You had to be on pace, and horses that got out of their ground just didn't stand a chance for some reason, and made it a difficult day when you're not to know.
Yeah, that's it. But Outrageous was good as well for us. But apart from that,
very good.
I guess we move forward.
Well, when it was on pace, that was the horse you wanted to be on.
Got to be, exactly. So very comfortable watch there. And Moonee Valley was sort of Moonee Valley, bit of a average off season Saturday down in Melbourne, I suppose.
Yeah, 100%.
There. Let's kick off in Melbourne, though, tomorrow. Let's get into our preview. Kick off in Melbourne because Gosford is, as we've said, probably a bit, hopefully more fish in a barrel. But we'll kick off at Hillside. Rails out 8. A little bit of rain around this evening, I believe. But should be good. It did play on pace last Wednesday, which put sort of some of my tips to the sword. But looking back through, hopefully, a bit of sting out and back to normal off the rails on the Hillside, I'm hoping. We'll kick off in the first. Interesting as well, Nash has gone down there for the Christmas period. So he pops up on a few that are of interest. So he'll be in Melbourne the next month.
Yes.
So let's kick off. I think we can kick off with the winner, though. In the first, I think Dragon Time. Unlucky it missed the start last week. It was the run of the race. It's been knocking at the door about even money, and I think we can kick off in race 1, the favourite, Dragon Time. Hopefully, smaller field, sit a bit closer, and be very hard to beat to kick us off. I'm hoping, Beaver, any thoughts in the first?
No thoughts for me, mate. I'm happy to leave that one up to you.
We'll go to the second. Anything in the second for you?
Yeah, look, mate, I did have one at a little bit of odds here about the $6 mark. Fan Club.
Yep.
Only had two starts, a third and a second. Really liked the way it knuckled down in the last 100 last start to chase home Hasseltoff, who looks to have a little bit of ability. I thought that was a pretty good run, and it's a pretty tricky race, but at the odds, I'd be happy to go that each way.
Yeah, cool. So it is a 1,300-meter maiden. I think there's a few horses. There's plenty of horses in this race that are going to win races. I think it's a pretty good race. I can make a case for, as you said, Fan Club. Johnny Thunder was $1.70 last start. Sat outside lead, about 3 off the rails by the time the leader went round wide, and was only called on the line. Ollie goes on it. That's about $7.50. But on top for me, I think it'll be Nash's first winner. Or probably should have won on debut and then chased home Ocean Beyond last start, who's since gone to Mini Valley and won, beating Deep Speed on Saturday. Gets probably the right run here and Nash. So I think order around the $4 mark, I believe, is on top for me. The 2-year-olds step out in the third race. Nothing much here for me. What about yourself?
Nothing here for me, Matt. A bit hard to line up.
No, that's fair enough. Thought the same. Let's get into the 4,000 meter. It's benchmark 64 land for the rest of the day. Anything in the fourth for you, Beaver? 1,000 meter 64.
Yeah, I liked the way Rutherford won first up. Thought it was quite impressive. I think it's drawn well again with one gap barrier here around the $5 mark in a fairly open affair. It's almost tens the field here, so it's a pretty competitive race. But yeah, I think if it gets a good sit here, might be the one to run over him at the end.
Yep, on top for me as well. Pretty impressive. I know it was only a 58. Returned in nice style. Only danger I think for me, or the main danger, is Zimawi. Jamie Carr goes on. Not a lot of luck last start. Just got chopped out at the top of the straight.
No.
And its record at 1,000 metres is a win and a second. So I think it suits here. They're the two. Rutherford from Zimawi for me as well. Don't have much more to add.
Very good.
The fifth is a 1,400 metre, 64 this time. My best of the day comes up here. I'll get in early. I've made a case for this horse both at starts. Chequerboard now gets complete control. Drops back from a listed race, chasing home some good horses, and to a pretty average benchmark 64. And I know it's got the apprentice on top, but all she has to do is control it around the bend there, and it should be too good for this. I was tipping against La Mexicana last start, so I have to tip it here. Chequerboard on top for me around the $2.90 mark.
Yeah, look, for all those reasons, looks to be the horse to beat. Only a little bit scared of Mona Dream. I thought its only start and win was impressive. Archie Alexander's stable's going quite good at the moment, so certainly a watch on that. But Chequerboard, given the races it's been running in, certainly looks the horse to beat.
Yep, beautiful. And I think you've nailed the main danger as well. Into the sixth of the day over the 1,300, another 64 for the girls. Any opinion?
Look, Paddy Payne is just flying at the moment, and for that reason, I've gone for Little Mermaid. I think first up, if its last preparation, it's only had 3 starts, and it's a win and a second. Last preparation, it ran 4th and 2nd behind Lunicorn, which is good form for a race like this after winning its very first race start. So for me, look, I think if it's ready to go, Little Mermaid might be the knockout horse here. Again, around the $5 mark. I think that's pretty good odds, and certainly the horse to beat. And again, another open field.
On top for me too. Nailed it there. Also beat home one of the main dangers. Its second last start beat home pretty convincingly Lady Dioro, who I know was resumed quite well. But yeah, Little Mermaid lightly raced. Its last time it was at this course was very impressive, running down, just missing behind Lunicorn, who we know is a horse of ability. And I'm with Little Mermaid as well. Paddy Payne flying. Only other one I'll really mention is Hendrika, who's another lightly raced mare, who could have a bit more to offer. But Little Mermaid, this is the apprentice race too, isn't it? So you're also getting Talia Hope in. Is this the one or the next one? I might think you one in Sydney.
No, that's it.
Disregard. Yep.
No, it's not all apprentices. No.
No, sorry. The top ones are all claiming. Yeah. Little Mermaid, yeah, on top for me as well. We're in a bit of accordance tonight, Beaver. That's good to see. Race 7, 1,800 metres this time, another 64. I've got Perennial on top here. I've mentioned this horse a few times, but it comes through 4 lines chasing Ain't No Deal Done, just missed behind Wasaka, and again behind Back to Man, who both went to the Derby and have run pretty well over distance. And I think this is the weakest race it's been of some. And last start was chasing Charlie Rose. So back to this grade, I think very hard to beat. A nice staying mare, I think.
Yeah, I've come up with Estrada from the Chris Waller stable. Third up after a spell. First up, Kilmore over 1450. Had a nice victory, hit the line quite well. That was maiden class, stepped out in a BM benchmark 64 after that at Moonee Valley, and acquitted itself quite nicely there. It was around the $6 mark, finished 4th, but less than a length off the winner. Finished 6th, sorry, less than a length off the winner. Steps up again to the 1800, so out from the 1600 certainly will suit. Look, I expect Strawn White will go back, but the long Sandown straight should suit. And if they're finishing on later in the day down the middle of the track, I expect this horse to be hitting the line quite well.
Great, excellent. Big fan of Michael Walker. Interesting. The Waller stable don't tend to go forward, but it might have been a play to try and get across there. But I think, Waller, gate 15, be back in last shot up the Sandown straight, I think.
100%.
Nice find. Let's wrap up the day. Benchmark 70 over the 1400. Tricky little race. 3 key chances for mine. Who did you come up with?
I come up with Triton Rising.
Yep, cool.
I thought, again, similar reason to the last race. It's drawn a little bit wide. It's probably going to go back. Should be looking for the fast lane down the middle of the track later in the day here. Luke Nolan aboard. Hayes, third up after a spell. I do like backing him like that. Has won before, third up after a spell. Gets out to probably the 1400 again, which certainly suits. And look, I think this is going to be really, really hard to beat.
Yeah. Great. Yep, I found it as well. You've nailed most of the points here. The other 2 chances was Nash on Cusco Lash, who's racing quite well. Track pattern might not suit both times of the day, but pretty much gets control here. And I thought King Magnus was a nice return, quick backup. Did have the track bias in its favour last week, but still won quite well. But they're the 3. I think they're the 3 for me in the quaddie as well. So yeah, I'm with you. Same numbers on top again. Triton Rising from the other 2, which is a bit scary.
Beautiful.
On a a wide open day, we're in accordance most of it. Should I get I think I'm doing Melbourne quaddie this week, so I can punch through that if you like.
Yep. Yeah, have a crack, son.
Yep. Melbourne quaddie will kick off with 1 and 3 in the first leg, into 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 second leg, 1, 12, 13 in the third, home with 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. $50 gets you a third of that. I'll make my best of the day checkerboard for the Hayes Dabernig team, and my best value will be Perennial Race 7. What about yourself, Beaver? Show us your tips.
Yeah, my best bet of the day comes up in race 6, number 5, Little Mermaid, at nice little odds. And then my value bet of the day actually goes head to head with yours. I've gone race 7, number 7, Ostrata.
Oh, good. Excellent. I'll make sure I don't lose if that wins as well. Very good. Let's head up to Gosford. 6 race card in the evening. That is a twilight meeting too at Sandown, so first doesn't kick off till about, it's 2 o'clock, goes through to 7. So a later day
Yeah.
there for the punters. But at Gosford, a 6-race card. I guess in lieu of the meeting at Kensington on Friday. So I might even throw a few tips up on our page and on progroupracing.com.au for the Kenzo card once I do the form for that in lieu of a bit today. But that said, I think there's a few morals here at Gosford.
Looks a few hard ones to beat.
Yeah. Anything in the first?
No, nothing for me there, mate.
You like the
Too
favourite
hard.
in the second?
I didn't like anything here either, mate.
Okay. I'll make a case for Free State. It comes back from Metro form. 2 starts back, Chase Sarah at Kembla, who has probably been less than flattering this prep, Sarah. But and then before that, and then after that, Smart Image, which is another city class horse. And this is a pretty ordinary race. Should be close to on pace and hard to beat. Free State in the second. In the third, similar story. Do you like the favourite here?
Yeah, I think the favourite looks too good from here. Really, really impressive first up, and should get control. Come across from the 9, and Gossett track should suit this horse, and should be too good for these.
That was an absolute barrier trial when it bolted in at Taree.
Yeah.
No need to worry about seeing Taree in the book because that just destroyed him. So I think back to town suits.
Could have a little bit of ability.
Yeah, I think so. In the fourth, I think same story again. Similar story of Ruddock, the favourite here.
Yeah.
Pretty dominant. I know Canterbury suits the on-pacer, but so does Gosford. I think he's going to have the same run.
Yeah.
Arguably a weaker race, going to jump to the front, go around and probably win again.
Yeah, I felt the same thing here. It looked super hard to beat. It was good at Canterbury. Should lead again here and probably do the same to him.
Yep. And anything in the fifth?
No, I didn't. I couldn't find anything in the fifth. I thought any of the top 5 you could all make a case for and all had a good chance here, and none of them stood out to me. There's 4 of those horses are all coming off last start wins. So look, for me, it was a little bit too tricky. So I stayed out of that one.
No, me too. I'm guessing you're going to finish the day the same way I'm though. In the last, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think the favourite probably wins here as well. Chequerboard stepped out at, I think it was Kembla last start. Didn't settle as well as you would have liked, but
I thought that
was beaten by.
That was probably its best run because the Kembla run, Big Boy Roy's a proper city horse, and
yeah, that's right.
It sat out, it never settled, pulled its head off, and to still be in the finish I thought it was an incredible effort. Before that, I think it had formed through. We've talked about it, Shaddy, and then before that, Perfect Radiance, who started favourite in the race. So in the
so I think it looks pretty hard to beat, and it's got the number 1 Chequerboard here, so you would expect that it'll settle better in the run and probably be hardest to run down.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Is it worth you throwing out a quaddie here or not really?
I'm not doing a quaddie, mate. What I'll do for you is I would just go race 3, number 1, race 4, number 1, and race 6, number 8. I just play those 3 in and all up, and sit back, watch, and get you collect at the end of the day.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not even going to bother doing a best.
About $5.
Yep.
I'd say you get about $5 that.
I'll do that. If you want a little bit more value, throw Free State in as well. But I think the way you're playing it is very safe. Do that. There's half the Chrissy presents paid for.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I wasn't going to throw Free State in, even though it might win. I thought I'll just play those 3.
Yep, fantastic. Anything up north for us, Beaver?
I did come up with a couple at Gold Coast for us. I thought there was one in the first, race 1, number 3, the Ritz. I think that's going to give us a good sight. I had race 7, number 5, Pinnacle Star, as hardest to beat, first up from the Van Dyke stable. And then I'm going to finish the day with one from the Golden stable, race 8, number 7, Test of War.
Very good. 3 good ones there for Beaver. Good stuff, mate. Hopefully some straight shooting tomorrow at Gosford, but link up with a couple at Sandown, and we'll have a good day. Back on Friday, I believe we're doing Friday special.
We'll do our Friday special and have a load of winners for the punters on the weekend as well.
Yep, sounds good. So good luck, everyone, tomorrow. Check out progroupracing.com.au, of course, for all their guides and plenty of free tips. And we'll be back Friday. Subscribe to us, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, anywhere you can. Jump on our Facebook page as well and leave us some feedback. Until then, good luck tomorrow, punters. Good luck, Beaver, and I'll catch you Friday.
No worries, mate. Look forward to it.